Hello, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. This video will cover how to manage your active housing development and preservation contract within Neighborly. So Neighborly is the new database that Division of Housing is using to manage our contracts. If you haven't yet applied or need the video about applications, you can find that on our website as a separate video. The website for Neighborly is right here. Presumably you have already received this link, but there it is if you need it. So if you haven't yet already, you'll need to register an account. So you'll enter your email address, name, and choose a password, and then create your account by clicking continue. Since I've already created an account, I have a demo account that I'm using to show you all today. I will enter my password here and sign in. I should note there is a question mark icon down here. If you have any problems with Neighborly software itself, you can click that to reach out to Neighborly if you are having trouble with your password or having trouble logging in, something like that. Obviously, if you have any questions about your contract in general, you should reach out to your Division of Housing point of contact. So you may have more or less on your home page than I do. This is our demo contract, so we have a lot going on so that we can show you all the different aspects. But the four main categories will be my tasks, any existing applications you have, grants, which is confusingly named. This is actually should be named active contracts. It's for both either loans or grants, any contract with a division of housing that has been executed and not yet closed out yet. And then finally, if you need to start a new application, that's down at the bottom. So the two things we're going to go over to get today are my tasks at the top and the active contracts. My tasks is correlated to the milestones in your contract. So it might be things that have deadlines during the contract that need to be completed. So it might be things like closing on your tax credit partnership, or it might be submitting your insurance, submitting your fair housing marketing plan, maybe your certificates of occupancy, something like that. So you can see that I have a couple different demo test cases here. I have a demo contract test and it has a sample task that's active and past due. And so you'll see the case name, the case column is the name of the contract, and then the subject is the task that needs to be completed. So I'm going to go into this Neighborly test, affirmative fair housing marketing plan. Say I need to upload that. And if the subject is unclear, there's some more details here about exactly what I need to do. And I will go over here to upload file and click on it and choose the file from my computer and upload it. And then I will click on mark task complete. Before I do that, I want to show you messages. If you do need to communicate with the asset manager for any reason, or your development specialist, you may add a message here. I would generally recommend against using messages. I don't think it's particularly easy, but it is an option. Or if you want something, if you want a message attached to your task, you're welcome to upload it there. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that task complete. And you'll see that it disappears from my tasks here. If I do need to go back and look at it for any reason, I can go to this drop down over here and look at my complete tasks. I won't bother clicking on that right now. So the next thing I want to talk about is our active contracts, and I'm going to go here into this one labeled Neighborly Test as an example, and I'm going to click View. It shows up with a blank page to start with. That seems to be normal. The account is just a general overview, how much I was funded, how much is remaining, how much is dispersed. The reports, I'm actually going to cover that in a separate video below where you found this video. Same thing with draw request is going to be a separate video. The application is going to be the same information you entered in your application, available here. You are not able to edit any of this information at this point, but if you need to refer to it for any reason, that's where it lives. And same thing with documents, if you need to refer to any documents that have been uploaded. In this particular case, there aren't any documents that have been uploaded, but if there were, they would all show up here. And the last thing I want to mention today is the users. So if you have any turnover in staff or change in roles and need to add someone else to the Neighborly project, you can do that here by clicking Add a User and entering their email address and then clicking Add. That person will then need to create a Neighborly account if they don't already have one. But once they do, they should be able to do everything that you can within your project or within your contract. So that's the overview. Please also watch the draw request and reports videos, as I believe those will be really helpful. Thanks so much.